Welcome back to Library-ish, the podcast where we talk about books, libraries, and all the ways libraries fit into everyday life.
Today's episode is for anyone who has a library card or, used to have one and might not realize just how much it can actually do.
Because your library card isn't just for checking out books. It unlocks resources, services, and opportunities that a lot of people are genuinely surprised to learn about.
We're talking about some of the cool and often overlooked ways you can use your library card, from digital resources to in-person experiences and everything in between.
If you've ever said, wait, the library does that?
This episode is definitely for you. Let's go.
Let's go. So, services. It is amazing the number of services that we have within the library that you can get purely by having a library card that are all free to access. And we've all been asked at different times in the branch, like, what is all the stuff what stuff do you offer? And it's a lot.
It kills me. It absolutely kills me that no one, Tracy, we've been doing this podcast for, over a year. And still, anytime I talk to someone about the library that's not, in the library, they always assume that it's just books. They don't even realize that we have things like DVDs, it's just,
That's right.
It's just books. And I'm like, no. And they're like, so what? You sit around and read all day because all it is books. And I'm like, no. People don't understand. A lot of people, especially if they're not utilizing the library on a regular basis, they don't understand that we have things that aren't just books, So if you're not a reader, we've got a lot of things for you.
Yes, let's talk about ILLs. They're amazing.
So ILL is an acronym for Interlibrary Loan. And this is a lovely service. And it's run by, you've heard her name before and you're going to hear it again. It's run by our fabulous Crystal over in the Orville branch. And she's just chef's kiss. And she does the program, like I just said with the last one, that if we don't have it in any of our 6 branches, she will utilize the system to reach out into the continental United States, anywhere within all those states right there. And she will find a library that has this item. And then this library loans it to us, and then we loan it to you.
So if you decide that there's something kind of obscure that you'd like, but we're able to get it for you through the ILL program, all you have to do is give your library card number, and we go ahead and send that to our wonderful technical services person, Crystal, and she manages that for us.
We talk about her so often.
I know, like every episode, we're like, and Crystal.
And Crystal.
That's because Crystal does so much.
I know, and she's amazing. She wears a billion hats, and she's amazing at what she does. It's just so we would not be able to sail the ship without her. No. We just wouldn't. It's just the way it is. She's irreplaceable.
So the next thing that we're going to talk about is actually something we've talked about kind of extensively on the podcast before, and that's doing holds. So your library card allows you to have access to your library account online. And one of the things you can do when you enter your library account is you can browse through our collection. You don't have to have a library card to do that, but really browsing through the library collection without a card, it's kind of like, nah, why?
It's window shopping when you got no money in your wallet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what you can do is you can browse through our collection from the comfort of your own home with your own personal device. You don't even have to come in, and you can find the books that you like, whether they're digital or they are hard copies that are in the collections at any one of our 6 branches, and you can place a hold on that book. Now, if it's a digital copy and it's available, you may be able to download it right then and there. But if it's not available, if someone else is currently reading it, or if it's a hard copy that you need to come into the branch to pick up, you can put a hold on that book. One of our staff members will pull that book off the shelf and make sure it gets to your home branch for you to be able to pick up. And we will notify you either by a phone call or through email, and you'll be able to pick up that book and enjoy it. And that is completely free of charge. And all you have to do is use your little fingers and get there.
See, I've mentioned this before. I have my library card number memorized. I had it memorized before I started working here.
Yeah.
Fun fact. And that's because I mentioned this on the podcast before, but I get insomnia. A little bit.
Yeah.
Tracy knows this because
Yeah.
she's gotten texts from me at the butt crack
And
of dawn.
emails.
And emails.
You don't have to respond right now. I hope not. It's 2:30 in the morning.
Anxiety. Anyway. So Tracy knows, but I do. I have this every so often. I'll have this insomnia where I get up at 2, 3 in the morning and I go window shop, just like you said. I'll pull up our catalog and I'm like, what do we have? And when you pull it up, it's so fun because it has this little bar at the bottom of it that has all these new titles that go through, and and you can click it. And then when you go into that, it'll have a little button at the bottom that says browse the shelf. And I'm like, why? What a lovely suggestion. I think I will. And then I'll go through and browse, and I'll put books on hold. And that's how I have that number memorized.
Yes.
And then when the hold comes in, it always feels like Christmas. And I always get that notification. I'm like, the library has my hold. And I will pull up and I will, I'll run in and I'll grab it. And the librarian, the person, whoever it is at the counter is always like, hi, welcome. I'm like, I have my hold. I'm going to go check it out and leave now. Just the basic hi. And I check out my hold and I leave.
Yes. And you can put holds on anything that we have available for checking out. So whether it's technology, whether it's books, whether it's DVDs.
That does depend, however, if you put a hold on technology, we can't ship it.
Well, yeah, there are certain conditions to putting things on hold and so forth. But you can do that.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. I love it when my holds come in.
I should also mention, I feel like it's important that I mention one of the reasons that I see those emails that January sends at 2:30 is because I am also away due to many of the same reasons that January is away. Yeah, exactly. So they will come in and I'll be like, no, I'm not dead. Hi, January. So yeah, it's bad.
It's great.
It's great. Insomnia.
But yeah, holds are fantastic.
No, holds are something to definitely take advantage of. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, especially if hold is coming from another branch to your home branch. Or even if it's one of the large branches like Chico, they get an extreme number of hold requests per day. And while they do have a pretty robust base of volunteers, they cannot necessarily get through an entire hold list in a single day. Therefore, there may be times where you put an item on hold and you're not going to get a notification on the same day that you send a hold in. It may be a day or two. Even if it's a Chico book and Chico is your home branch, it may take some time. We are so grateful for your patience when it comes to these circumstances, because there are a limited number of us and we're serving the entire county. So sometimes it does take a little bit of time. But we do take every hold very seriously, and we take what we do very seriously.
Oh, and an insider tip.
Yes.
Coming closer to the late afternoon. Because we in the morning time, we get the holds in and it takes us a minute to check them in, especially Chico gets like 8 to 10 bins, like big old bins.
Yeah, those are the transfers of holds that people have made at other branches for Chico patrons. There are like 8 to 10 bins that come in 3 times a week that need to be processed before you get your holds. If you're a Chico patron,
it takes a minute to do it, Yeah. And I know Chico is
that's not even the items they have to be are in Chico. They have to be pulled off the shelf. Like that's a whole separate thing. And Chico, it's a very intricate process.
It is, but Chico, Chico staff, they run like a well-oiled machine. They've got the stuff. 100%. They're like boom, boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada bing. But it does still take them a minute. So if you're expecting your hold in, or if you're like, I did the math and it should be right here, right now, wait until late afternoon. Like around 3 or so, and then pop in then, and then you'll know that they have at least the majority of the stuff checked in. So, and you're always welcome to check. I love when people check on their holds. When they're like, hey, I put a hold, can you tell me where it is? I can do that.
Yes.
Yeah. You give me your card. I need the card.
Yes, please always, when you're coming to pick up a hold, at least have your card number memorized and have your valid picture ID with you, but preferably have your card.
I think everyone should just memorize their library card number.
Or, you
It's
know,
so
a great
easy.
option is taking a picture with your phone. We do accept
Oh,
those.
yes.
So if you take a picture of your card number, not the front of your card with the logo, we love to see that. We're happy you have a card, but it doesn't help.
No.
Take a picture of the back with the number on it, the barcode.
Yeah, it's so, you know, the manager over in Chico, Cynthia, she's the one that anytime she gives a new card, she's like, here's the number, take a picture. Take a picture of this card, and that we have, because if you lose your card, we don't care as long as you've got the number. Like,
yeah, you don't need the physical
it's
card.
been a minute since I've seen my card. I don't know where my card is. That's embarrassing. I'm so
That's
sorry.
actually a really good question. I wonder.
One of the other things that
number 3.
Yes.
This is actually supposed to be like a top 10 list, which is what it says. So
do you want to start over?
no. No. So number 3.
Digital books are something that you can get with your library card. And this is so, like I said, I do in my perfect world. I am sitting in a big comfy chair, and it is raining outside, and I've got a big comfy blanket over me, and it's nice and warm, and I've got my
Can
big
I visit
pages.
your comfort?
Right, it's a perfect world.
Your perfect world.
And all my children are behaving quietly, and I have a paper book in front of me. However, this is not a perfect world, and digital books are amazing because they're easy to carry around. It's easier to get. They're quicker to get. I love the feeling when I open up Libby on my phone, because it's an app that you put on your phone to look through,
or whatever
browse.
device you have.
Tablet.
It
phone,
works for Android, Windows,
iOS.
iOS. It's great.
I'll open that up and I'll browse. I'll be like, what can I? And if it's available to borrow, you can click it, and within seconds, it's able to read. I didn't have to put on pants. I was able to click.
That's
borrow.
always my criteria for whether I want to do something.
I need to put on pants?
Does it require pants?
This does not.
Yes.
You don't even, like, we have digital library cards. So if you're just looking to get digital items, things like the streaming services, things like the digital books.
All of the digital services that we'll talk about today can be accessed using just a digital library
and we
card.
still have that, and you can apply. You can just go to our main website and you just answer some of the questions, and it's like you get your little digital library card, and you can check out books from Libby, and it's just so satisfying to be like, I would like to read that. It's available to borrow. Would you like to send this to your Kindle? Yes, I would like to send this to my Kindle. Oh, look, there's my book. Here I am. I didn't have to put on pants. I didn't have to get up. I didn't have to do anything. And here I am reading my book. We have those. And the nice thing about this is that you can check out this digital book. And if you really like it, like it's something that you know that you'll reread, or it's something that you know you like, you can go out and buy a paper copy if it's something that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
And the library can help you with that, because you can preview it with us.
And you might want to buy it at a library book sale with the friends, because we have those periodically. Just check our website, check with the branches, that your favorite branch or your home branch. And you can come in, and maybe people bring bestsellers and new books and things like that all the time. Old books, new books, whatever. And remember, that money that you spend at the Friends of the Library book sales does come back to the library and support activities like programs and collections. So we really appreciate when you come to the book sales. It's definitely something that helps out the library tremendously.
I love my friends group so much. I'm so happy that we got them.
Amy is amazing.
Right?
Our friends group, and everybody who helps out with the book sale, and everybody, all the volunteers and everything, like, we could not do what we do without
every
them.
branch, they're amazing. I love
every branch.
I
they're
love
amazing.
I love going to Chico meetings. I would go to Chico Friends meetings and be like, so, would you like to know what I've been spending your money upon? I've done this, this, and this. Behold my program results. Aren't they amazing?
Yes. Our movies. We have access to digital movies as well. We have had Hoopla for the longest time. Now, Hoopla also offers digital reading materials in the form of graphic novels.
It's got great graphic novels.
Plus, we have Palace. Don't forget Palace as a digital resource for books. That's part of our system. But Hoopla offers, along with graphic novels, movies and online courses, video courses that you can take, the great courses. And they also have little packages that you can sign up for, of like series of movies or workout videos or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, we also joined Canopy.
Yes!
And Canopy is amazing as a streaming service. It has everything from, relatively new releases, like kind of like second run theater style new releases where, they're out of the theaters, but only just. And then it has old movies, and it also has learning and documentaries available.
Still yet.
And they do things like, a couple months ago, they had a noir package. So you were able to click on it, and all the noir films that happen to be on Canopy at the moment were accessible in that. So if you are in the mood for noir and you don't really know what to watch, you could click through and have all of Canopy's holdings in front of you to choose from, which makes searching a lot easier. And that one works on a ticket system. So you receive 25 tickets each month. And then each movie that you might be interested in, each offering costs a certain amount of tickets.
This costs you nothing. There's no money involved.
The library card covers the membership to Canopy and the access to Canopy, but you're given these virtual tickets to go see the movies. So it might be one ticket, it might be 0 tickets. There are a lot of so you can save tickets for other things. And there may be some movies that are like 3 or 4 tickets. I think most of them are
really
about
great.
2 tickets max.
I love this. I love that we have this service now. And this one's the new one.
It's really wonderful. And we're getting new movies on that service all the time. So highly recommended. Definitely a great thing that you can do with your library card. Number 5, accessibility.
Accessibility. A big thing that we have here is you can check out iPads and hotspots and laptops and Kindle Fires. So you can check out an iPad and use it. And I had one checked out that my daughter did her homework on, and we played games on it, and she did Roblox on it. And it's, there's no, it's, you take it, you sign your iCloud in, you do all your fun things, and then in 3 weeks you are able to renew it if there's no holds. But when you're done with it, you bring it back, you sign everything out, and then we wipe it clean, and the next person gets to check it out. And it's a great service, especially if you can't afford, oh gosh, I think a cheap iPad is $300.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for me, that's a big piece of money.
It's and then they, after so much time,
they
you have
become
to
outdated.
you have to update them
nuts.
physically. It's very difficult.
It is super nuts.
It's
and
a huge expense.
I don't have that kind of money. I mean, I understand there are people out there bouncing around like Bezos, but I can't do that. I have to budget. And
especially for something that would be used recreationally.
Right?
It's very difficult.
And so it's just so easy to come here and check out an iPad and use it and play with it and then give it back, and then the next person to do it. Now up here in Paradise, we really get a lot of use with the hotspots.
Yes.
Because it's free internet, and we're up
and as we said, we're rural. Not everybody has internet in their community.
Oh my gosh. When I bought my house, because I live in Old Magalia. And when I bought my house, I didn't even think of checking for internet service. And this is before the fire. This is before the campfire came through and just ravaged, my neighborhood. But when I bought it, I'm like, okay, so the roof is good. And we've got, this stuff, and this is this person, power comes through PG&E. And I'm like, I'm good to go. Everything's
Do I have a well? Do I have city water?
Yeah, all that stuff was fine. The realtor helped me with that. And then we're moving in and we're changing all the stuff. And I'm like, okay, internet. No, Comcast didn't install lines, so Comcast can't come up here. Okay, AT&T. Nope, they didn't install lines, so I don't have internet up here. Okay, anybody? Bueller? Anybody? And then I had to get satellite internet because there was just no reception. And that was like, where's your wallet? Here, let me help you.
Yeah.
And it was really horrible. And I'm really grateful for situations like this where the library has a hotspot that I can check out and I can take home. And look, I've got internet.
Yeah.
The only thing is, in about 3 weeks, I got to pack it up and bring it back because the next person who also needs internet needs to check it out,
But at least we have it here at the branches so that you are able to access it. Even though it's intermittently, at least it's something. So I'm glad that's something
Yeah.
that we offer free, again, with the library card.
And we do try to make it so that, you know, Chico patrons get Chico items when it comes to the technology, Orville
Mhm.
patrons get Orville technology, because when they bounce around in the bins, they get damaged because they're not durable
Mhm.
like the books are. You know, the books can take a little bit of a beating and still come back
Mhm.
kicking. The tech, not so much. So they
Mhm.
don't bounce between branches. You know, your home branch is where you check it out, and that's where you return it.
We also want to ensure that each community has access
Yeah.
to the technology that we have to
Mhm.
offer. So we try to make sure that Paradise technology stays in Paradise and Chico technology stays in Chico, because we want each community to be able to have some kind of access to
Yeah.
those services and devices that we have for offer.
Mhm.
So that's
Those
one of the
free
reasons why
devices.
those free devices that
Mhm.
we offer. So that's one of the reasons why, um, if you're in Durham, you're going to get a Durham hotspot, because that Durham hotspot is for Durham's community.
I love
So
Durham, man. I love Durham
Durham's
so
fun.
much.
So the next one, number 6, IRL experiences. What
Mhm.
is IRL? IRL is not ILL. IRL is in real life.
For real life?
Yeah, what's that about? I don't even
No.
know.
I read fiction for a reason, Tracy.
Well, one of the most popular items that we offer that allows you to have in real life experiences is we offer park passes. And these are for California state parks.
Mhm.
We offer them year round. And basically, you come in with your library card. As the spring starts to hit, you may have to start putting the item on hold. So there may be some delays. And again, it's all based on how many holds there are on the items. This park passes we share, throughout the communities.
Mhm.
So it's a little different than the technology which we keep in. These
It's more
are,
like the books.
yeah,
They
it's more like the
travel.
books where
Yeah.
they travel and things like that. But these allow you hang them from your rearview mirror, and they allow you to access California state parks without having to pay for the parking and the day use fee.
Mhm.
So you could go to any California state park and you get those passes for 21 days.
Mhm.
And so during that 21-day period, you can go to any park that you would like. The thing of it is, you may have to wait for a little bit of time to be able to access one of the passes. And as the weather gets warmer, it becomes a bit of a longer wait because more people in the community want to go and visit state parks. But it's a great chance for you to get out. You'll have it for 21 days. You could go to as many state parks as you could travel to during that 21-day period. And it's just a great way to have actual experiences outside of the library, but through your library card.
Outside.
I know, outside.
But I live here in the library.
What is outside?
I don't know. I don't like
You
putting on
don't
pants. I don't go outside.
know. Okay, now for the next one.
The library of things.
Of things. I was, again, I'm monotropic. I was doing something else while I was typing up our list here, and I typed up library of tools, which it includes tools, but it is not, the library of tools is not.
You know what? I love our library of things. I
It's
think it is the
amazing.
neatest thing. And you know what? It's this kind of thing is relatively new as a thing for libraries. You know, I mean,
Yes.
back when I was a kid, that's why people assume that it's books, because when I was a kid, it was all books, you know? I mean, we had VHS tapes. The libraries had VHS tapes when I was a kid that you can check out, and they had the books that you could check out. Side story. My grandmother used to be a library volunteer after she retired. And every time she went in, she would take me, and I would be behind the counter with her, and I would sit there with my book while she would do her things, and I would get to just kind of flip through the picture book. And so I have this fond memory. But every time I think of library VHSs for some reason, because it was right next to the spinner, that's what it brings up. It's so weird. It's so weird.
That's fun.
Sorry. Anyway, but so in our Orville branch, it's based in our Orville branch. You have to go down to Orville to pick it up, and you have to return it in Orville.
No matter where you are,
Yeah.
what your home branch is or what community you live in, the only branch to which you can receive access to the library of things is at the Oroville branch.
And the reason for that is a spatial awareness reason. It's because Oroville has the largest space in the back. And fun fact, just a little fun fact, the building that houses the Oroville Library used to be a Safeway grocery store.
Yep.
And they have in the back this huge ramp area where the
Loading
trucks,
dock.
it
It's
was
a
the
loading
loading dock where the trucks would back in and the grocery workers would take all the stuff out. So they still have that there. And that's where they keep their things for the Library of Things. Now, you can't fit a pressure washer in a book bin. It doesn't, it's like putting a square peg in a very teeny tiny round hole. It just, you can't do that. So we can't ship them from branch to branch to branch. They have to be checked out from Oroville and returned to Oroville. And I remember when we first started this program, because Crystal, again, like I said, we would not be able to sail the ship without her. When she was starting this program and she was explaining to all of us why things have to be checked out from Oroville and why they have to be turned to Oroville, because we're all like, but I want them up in paradise. I want you to send them up here. And she's like, well, sweetie, here's why. And I will explain it to you using small words.
And crayons.
And crayons, so you can understand. And she did. She actually held up, this is a Zoom meeting. She held up a shovel and said, this doesn't fit in a bin. It can't go in the bin. So it has to be checked out from Oroville and returned to Oroville. And I sat there and went,
That's a good point. I'm going to be quiet now.
because the things are too big. The things are thinging in a large scale, and we cannot, ship them in our little teeny tiny book bins. So, and the book bins aren't even teeny tiny. They're just smaller than the things. But so they have to be checked out from Oroville and returned to Oroville. And we got a ton of stuff: a pressure washer, tools, camping equipment.
And you could view the whole collection by accessing our catalog online. It's just an incredibly eclectic group of things that you have access to through your library card that you can take home and use to make your life better. The criteria for being able to check out these items is also available on our website.
Yeah, because you need your card, but you also need a valid picture ID so that we can make sure that your card is you. So it's a great program. Do it.
Absolutely. So research tools. One of the things that you can also access online through our website is an extensive suite of research tools that you can use for doing searches about local history. You can do searches about personal genealogy. We have Newsbank, which you have experience with, and which is a great way to access newspapers from across the country, whether it's local or anywhere else.
The Chico News and Review is on it. The Enterprise Record is on it. I think Paradise Post is on it even. And it's great because it takes them and it puts them on a database that gives you a search engine, and you can type in your subject. And I remember we were doing an episode for the pod. I forget what it was about, but I remember that I wanted to look up a few articles in the past. And
I think it might have been the mobile library or something.
It might have been, yeah. And I typed it in. And it did. It popped me up a couple of articles, and Cynthia was in them both. And I'm like, oh, look at Cynthia, and it pops up, and it makes it very, very, because we do have microfilm that you can come and you can, flip through the microfilm from the newspapers, but this just makes it so much easier. You just put in a simple search and it's like, why, do you mean these articles? And I'm like, yes, I do mean those articles. Do you have more? Well, yes, I have these right here. And it's a great service. I totally recommend Newsbank for anyone that tries,
Absolutely.
It's great.
And we also have online access to issues of the New York Times. So you're more than welcome to do that. We also have access to the Butte County newspaper collection, which is the collection of newspapers published within Butte County from 1857 to 2003. It's a very extensive digital collection of newspapers that you can access online. For kids, we offer Britannica School Edition in both English and Spanish. So we have the access to the digital version of the Encyclopedia Britannica for you to be able to log into and do searches. Your kids can do their essays, book reports, things like that using our online reference tool. There's also a reference tool called teachingbooks.net that you can access. This actually provides you with read-alikes that you can, so if your child is interested in a particular series of books, but you'd like them to read something else, or they're ready to move on and want to read something similar, you can enter those titles in and it will help you find those things. Also, if you have a reader that's having a little trouble, maybe they're a little below the Lexile level that the school has deemed they should be at, they have read-alongs.
Those are really
They have actually tens of thousands of read-alongs where your child can have the book with them, find the book on the database, and there's an actual voice that will read the book for them and they can follow along. So maybe, you need to get dinner on the table and you can't particularly read to your child at that particular moment while your kid is doing their homework and reading an assignment for school. You can find that book more than likely on teachingbooks.net, and that child can have a companion reading that book through your device that they could follow along with in the hardcover book and help them catch up.
Everybody needs a little help sometimes.
Everybody needs help. It's so fantastic to be able to have that assistance available.
That's delightful.
We also have a lot of databases for adults. We offer the full suite of ProQuest databases, which are historical archives, more newspapers. Basically, they are peer-reviewed, authoritative content on any number of subjects that you could possibly
I'm familiar
imagine.
with that one. I'm very familiar
Well,
with
because
that
you're
one.
a student.
I am a student.
Look at you.
Look at me.
We also have California Research Bureau reports, which they offer nonpartisan and confidential public policy research for the governor's office and state legislature. Medline Plus, if you have questions about medical conditions, if you have questions about medications that you're taking, if you have questions anywhere in that area, you can log into the library and log into Medline Plus. And there are all kinds of health topics that are covered there that will be able to give you help. There's actually almost 22,000 links to authoritative health information in English and more than 13,000 links to information in Spanish.
That's delightful.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, I mean, whatever you need, you're able to access it there. Also, the American Physical Society, which is an extensive database of peer-reviewed papers on physics, quantum physics, relativity, whatever. Go there and see how extensive the database of articles is. It's like there are at least 6 or 7 different links to different disciplines within the discipline of physics, within the science, that you can access through that, which is amazing. Other learning references that we have the full suite of LinkedIn Learning. So if you need certifications, things like that, you can take it. Do you need a high school diploma? We have Universal Class, which will help you be able to get a high school diploma. And it's not a GED.
It's a diploma.
It is a full high school diploma. It's extremely important depending on like your job outcomes. And it's been shown to help people earn more money. It's an absolute necessity in today's day and age. If you need help learning computers and you're more of a self-starter, or maybe you don't qualify for the Access to Technology program that we offer, North Star Digital Learning offers a full suite of computer courses that you can take advantage of. Essential software skills like Microsoft Office Suite and how to use technology in daily life, like accessing social media, career searching skills, and accessing telehealth appointments even. So these are incredible resources that you can access to do any kind of research you can possibly imagine. And if you have a question, there's research and there's some tool you're interested in, we haven't mentioned, give us a call and maybe we can help you.
Yes, please.
Call us and we can help you find something that might be able to work for you. Yes. Now, the next thing, and this is probably one of the most important things we do.
I love this one.
This is January's
This is my gig, man. I love it. I love programming. Oh my gosh. Okay. Programming is all the fun stuff that we do. It is my favorite part because it is the fun stuff. Libraries will do passive programs, which is like the puzzles. You just kind of come in. You don't have to talk to anybody if you're having one of those days. And you can, you can participate in a passive way where you just don't have to interact, but you come in, you do a little puzzle, or you answer a survey question, or you color a picture, something like that. There's passive stuff that you can always do when you're having one of those days. I love active programming. We had, as we talked about, I think we talked about the last podcast, a New Year's Eve party here that was in the news, and it was this huge party. They had a huge balloon drop and all the fun things and champagne for the kids.
It was Martinelli cider.
Yeah, it was not actually champagne. I called it champagne as I poured it into little champagne flutes for each child, and each child got to, tip their monocle at me and be like,
Yes,
"Oh, thank you, good ma'am.
Thank you, my dear."
And but we do, the library will hold, and you keep an eye on our social medias because that's where we kind of advertise these things, and they're, flyers in branch, but they're all free to attend. Sometimes there might need to be a registration just so we know how many heads to feed or something like that. But the majority of the time, it's kind of drop in and you come in and you do things.
Registration also happens if something is like after hours. We do teen lock-ins.
Yes.
And those maybe require registration, or if it's like we've done a couple lecture series recently. We have one coming up at the end of January, Bang the Drum. That one does not require registration, but sometimes a larger event that's in partnership with, say, Chico State may require reservation.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's so many programs, and we have programs for kids. Those are the ones I'm really excited about because I do children's services. I love to throw a good party.
We do for all age groups.
Yes, but we've got them for teens, we've got them for grown-ups. It just depending on which branch you are is the programs that we have offered. And every single branch has a fun calendar that has all the programs listed on it. And I so cute. There was a lady that came in last night that got a new library card, and she's like, "I need to know all the things. What are you guys doing? What are the fun things that are happening? Are there book clubs? Yes, there are. Are there craft programs? Yes, there are. Are there programs for me? Yes, there are. Are there programs for my kids? Yes, there are." So I gave her a little calendar with all that stuff, but every single branch will, with the exception of Biggs, because it is so teeny tiny, they've got an assortment of book clubs. They've got an assortment of, I think it's Gridley and Paradise and Chico that are doing the Ugly Art Club right now. Leah's doing it in Gridley, and she's amazing. She's got an actual art bachelor. She's got an actual art degree, and she's, she and Michelle, which is the one that does it here. Hi, Michelle.
And Michelle has a degree in art history.
She does. Oh my goodness. And Max down, who has a degree in classics. But we have these are grown-up programs where you get to come in and it's free to you. We provide the material. We provide the stuff. We provide the space. We provide the cleanup. We do all the stuff so that you get to come in and relax and shake off the grime from the day, because it's usually an evening program.
Yes.
And you get to do something new in an area of no judgment. And it's a great program, and it's well staffed in all three branches, well attended in all three branches. Here in Paradise, I think we're the only ones that have the gaming programs that are for adults that are really fun. Strategy games. You ever wondered to yourself, I would love to play something that's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but I don't know how, and I don't know people that know how, and I don't want to spend the money on something that I want. And if you ever go into the strategy section at the game stores, it's like standing in the cereal aisle, man. I mean, it's like you could do any one of these, or you could do any one of those.
And they're expensive. It's an expensive investment if you
It
don't
is.
already know what you're interested in, or if that's a particular game you're interested in.
Yeah, and good news for you, we've got someone that actually knows how to do this
That's
stuff.
Joe.
That's
Joe is
Joe,
great.
man. Joe's great. If you've met Joe, you know he's amazing.
And there's also Dungeons and Dragons, I believe.
Yes, in
beginning
Gridley.
in
Isaac's doing that one.
Yes. Why do libraries offer programming? Why is it so important that libraries offer programming?
I think it's important on multiple levels. One of the big ones is community engagement, I feel, me personally, because for a lot of us, I know we like to be like, I'm a hermit and I don't want to socialize, and I hate
and
how
often
people,
it is true.
and I don't. But we as a civilization, I feel that we need socialization. We need some kind of connection to other people, and you want to find people that share the same interests as you. It's hard to socialize and connect with someone who has completely different beliefs than you do. We've all been there. we've all been there
No,
when
we
you're
all
trying,
live it every single day.
you know, and you're trying to get to know your neighbor and they are on a completely different train than you bought a ticket for. And it's hard to connect when sometimes you need a connection, and sometimes it's a little hard to make that connection with people that have the same interest. So if you have an interest like learning new art styles and you want to make a connection, you can come to the library and do that. Children's programming, we provide children's program that helps kids learn how to read, but it also provides mom and dad with tips on how to help their kids, on how to teach their kids. It also, like, another community aspect, it helps like with our homeschool programming, which we do have. It helps make connections in that, group. And I feel personally that the homeschool programming groups are really good, because when you're a homeschooler, you're kind of isolated. You don't have the school community to lean on. So when you meet with other people in a homeschool group, you guys share that the fact that you were all homeschooling your kids, and you can share ideas, you can share, teaching things, you can share all the stuffs. And it's in a non-judgmental, open environment that is free, and that's one of the things that programming, does. Another thing is it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and there are people that have interest. Like, I know in Durham they have Knit One Purl Two,
Yes.
is what it's called. And does Orville still do Knitter Natter?
Yes.
So these are these two knitting and crocheting groups that I've got people that are like, oh my gosh, I would love to learn how to knit. I don't know anyone that knows.
Right.
I would love to learn how to crochet. I don't know anyone that knows. We know people that know.
And you can come in with your questions, and you can come in with your supplies, because that particular one, that's one of the few programs where we do not offer you the supplies. You would bring it in your own. Everything else, we supply all the art materials.
Yeah.
We supply the craft materials. We supply those things for free included. But with the fiber arts things, you bring them in yourself. And if you have a question about how to do a particular stitch or how to do a thing, there are experts there that can help.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's the community, it's the connection, it's the doing stuff. It's all the things. All the things.
Yeah, it's one of the most important things, I think, that community connection that programming provides. A lot of people, and that's pretty much the last thing that a library offers you. What you get with a library card is community.
Yeah. Oh, very much.
You're able to come into the branch, and you're able to connect with people through book clubs that are reading the same kind of material that you like to read. You're able to find activities that you maybe have never dreamed of participating in, or only thought about doing, like, I don't know about watercolors. I don't know if I could do that, but you don't want to make the investment. You feel like buying the little kitty watercolors. You're like, that's not the way to go. You can come into the library and have experiences that you would never dream of having in your personal life and on your own. But you can come into the library and share them with other people who are also doing them for the first time, or who are experts and just looking to connect with other people who have that same interest. And it's such a wonderful thing to be able to do.
And you know what, the library, this is a sad story. Campfire, because we all know what happened with the campfire. I remember after evacuating and after all the things I went through, and it was early morning the day after, when the fire was still burning, but I had already left my home. And I sat there, and I'm in the car, and I've got my kids with me, and we're in a parking lot, and I'm just like, what do I do now? What do I do now? Where do I go now? I can't go home. All my friends and family are all evacuated. There's the church down the way that has tents set up. I don't want to go there. I can go to the library. It's warm. There's toys that my kids can play with. There's books that my kids and I can read. There's free internet that I can use. The library is usually one of the most updated places in situations like that. I know that I'm going to get information. I just go up to the librarian and I ask information on it, and I can stay there until they close. No one's going to kick me out. No one's going to come over to me and be like, you need to buy something or you got to leave. And I know that I will be not judged for being there. I will be accepted for being there. And I know that my kids and I will be safe there in that time of absolute turmoil and uncertainty and just awfulness. And I know that it's a sense of community. The library will always be there and is there and was there to help me in that. My little community was like, and it wasn't this library, because this library was among the fire, but it was down in Chico that they were just like all hands on deck. And it was a great experience. So
yeah, no, that's beautiful.
Fun times.
Hard, but beautiful.
Like I said, sad story.
Yeah. No, but to be fair, it's a little bit of a cheat because the library does not require a card to provide you community. But
you just get
what you get with that card, you get to have access like to the computers. When we come in the branches, and very often, I've said this before, very often the people who work in the branches are also members of the community of the branch they work at. And a patron will come up and they'll tell you about that book they just read and recommend it. And another patron will hear about that. Maybe they just finished a very similar author and were thinking about reading the author this first person is talking about, and you'll all start a conversation, and those two people didn't know each other before, but now they do. This is what we do. This is why we're here. So it's a lovely thing.
It's community.
Yeah.
So if today's episode taught you anything, it's that your library card can do a whole lot more than most people realize.
And the best part is all of these resources are already available to you. You just need that card and a little curiosity.
A little curiosity goes a long way.
Indeed.
If something we talked about today surprised you, we encourage you to check it out, ask a librarian, or explore your library's website to see what's available near you.
Thanks for spending some time with us on Library-ish. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share it with a friend, and help spread the word about all the ways that libraries support their communities.
Yay! Until next time, happy reading, happy exploring, and we'll see you at the library.
Bye.
Bye-bye.